Alright, and Zymike was so kind as to provide us with the chat bands. It was Nidalee, Kassadin, Jace, and Kha'Zix.
And the chat bands are going to go on here. It looks like starting with Amumu and then Brand. If you guys want to check us out live, you can follow the stream here. Anyone that's watching right now, twitch.tv/DominateDominion. Click the follow button. There's other streaming that goes on during the week. DominateDominion's owner of the Feedski streams, and Nick's Seminole stream on there as well. And a lot of that going on. If you guys like Dominion, you should definitely check that out. And for you guys that are watching on the VOD, you guys can be a part of the live chat. You can hang out with all of us here in the Twitch TV chat.
We're
and
cool. You
can
probably want to do that.
Talk to us, and we can hang out.
Yeah.
Micaiah time, we can't. There's reasons. We can't go into it any more than that. But yeah, if you guys want to hang out with us live, come check us out. It's on Saturdays. It's at 5 p.m. Arizona time. You can translate that on the internet to your whatever. Makia time, I'm aware of that, but I still can't for reasons.
Wasn't... Okay.
I'll get into
So
that
they're just
later.
picking troll things, mousing over. I really want to see a Lulu pick, because that is available.
Lulu's pretty scary.
And I actually played with Mad Supportal the other day, and he played Lulu, and the other team had like a Wukong and some shit on it, so we did end up losing. But his Lulu is pretty good. So I'm pretty excited to see it. I don't know if your summoner blockers are on, but if they're off, you should turn them on.
Sorry, I was interacting with the viewers because the viewers
I wasn't even
are
looking at the
cool.
stream, and I remembered.
Dang it. Wait, they let Lulu through against a team that Zymike is on. I really need to post that interview. I have an interview I did with Zymike about supports in Dominion and about the game mode and other things like that I did at MLG Dallas 2012 that I really need to post because I'm sure you guys want to watch that. And yeah, I'm gonna go through the bans briefly here. We've been bantering a little bit too much.
I'm so surprised that they let Lulu through. Not gonna lie.
I don't know how or why you would do that against that player.
Yeah.
That's just no. I've seen them ban Janna, Sona, and Lulu against him before because he can run the show. It's pretty scary. The chat bans were Nidalee, Kassadin, Jason, Kha'Zix. Nidalee, if you want to go up and kill her, you're gonna have to walk through her spears to do it. And even while she's dead, her traps are proccing on the map. It's bad. Kassadin, extreme mobility, silence, and a slow. Jace, long-range poke, can 1v1 and brawl pretty well. Kha'Zix, he either kills someone or does enough damage to force them out of the fight. Plus, he can just kind of come out of nowhere. So you have to watch out for that. And in the champion select screen here, we see Amumu, Zyra, Elise, Brand, Wukong, and Teemo. Amumu ban. A lot of AoE damage. He has a snare and a stun, both good things to have, and he has percent damage. Zyra, lots of CC. Slow, snare, airborne. Elise, spider form. She can hide in the sky, dodge abilities. She has a stun. Her damage is good. Brand, he forces zoning from the enemy team. Has a stun, a lot of AoE damage. Wukong, armor reduction, AoE airborne. They're great. He's a durable character, and if you're really good with the decoy, you can play some awesome mind games with people. Teemo, fast character, brings a blind to the table. His magic damage is great, and the mushrooms give vision on the map. Rayman, I noticed the game name. I just blatantly chose to not acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Get counter-trolled, man.
I'm pretty sure that's what everyone did. So, there's a pretty good AoE team coming down right now for Sofanda. They have the Jarvan Cataclysm again. If they do lock in the Annie, she can get her Tibbers down onto a lot of people if that's a stun. It's going to be pretty scary, even if you do have a Lulu. You can't really ult everyone. on your team, and the AoE damage from Talon's Onslaught of Shadows, from Rumble's Equalizer, from Stuck Inside Jarvan's Cataclysm, and Annie's Timbers, that's a lot of AoE damage. I don't like the Gragas. Well, okay, so Gragas is going to be bot, so that's not going to be part of the team fight. If it was a 5v5, Gragas would not be so great because he's sort of anti-AoE. But lots and lots of AoE damage coming down from Sofanda. And even if they can't get that much AoE at the same time, Annie is actually a great assassin. Her burst is like, it scales like 3 with AP or something. It's pretty crazy. And Talon has, of course, a huge amount of damage if you can start to get some big AD items. So definitely a good amount of dueling and a hugely scary team fight.
I want to take this time as a public service announcement to the entire freaking stream and Dominate Dominion community as a whole, because people name change and it messes up my statistics and records tracking and other things like that. But if you want to change your name, that's cool. I'm not going to stop you. It just makes me a little sad inside when you do. So, shoutouts to Lieutenant Pancakes, aka Naked Apron Plan, aka Netherrare Man, aka Hefty Half Inch, aka Rayman699. That's the same guy. Now you guys know. Also, Sub Cutie, Mikaya, Katia _7. Katana. It's all the same person. So there's 2 different people there, and between them they have 8 different names. So there you go. Rayman699, Netherrare Man, Lieutenant Pancakes, Naked Apron Plan, Hefty Half Inch. That's one guy. That's one guy. 8,000 IDs. So that's PSA over. Just wanted to make sure you guys knew about that. And also, as another announcement, I am not going to be here next weekend because next weekend is MLG Anaheim. I will be in Anaheim, California for that, so you won't see me on doing the show. I'm going to be there in person. If anyone else is going to go to MLG Anaheim, if any of you guys viewers are there, you want to meet me and talk about Dominion, talk about my casting, you just want to say hi, whatever, I'll be there. Just contact me after the stream. You know, I'll tell you how you can get a hold of me while we're at the while me and my friends are at the event. I do media. If you're a competitive player and you're going to be there, I want to talk to you. I want to get you on camera. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about your gameplay, about Dominion, other things like that, and do some fun media things like that. I didn't mean to talk over you there, Rheingold. I just saw an opportunity. I just jumped on it like a quarter that was on the ground, but it's actually super glued to it because someone's a jerk and there's a secret camera in the bushes. It's like that.
Why do they have a secret camera in the bushes?
Well, maybe they had to go to work and no one had picked up the quarter yet, so they just put down a camera. That way they weren't just watching from their house across the street with binoculars.
It made sense to me. It made sense to me that someone would like be that mean to like super glue a quarter to the ground. But then he said, "And a secret camera," and now I just don't understand.
Well, because you want to see the guy struggling and go, "Heh." You want to laugh about it on the internet later.
Watch. Oh, I see. There's a secret camera because you're not there. All right.
Yeah, and you need to post it to YouTube somehow.
Well, you're streaming it on. You're streaming it, right? You're streaming the.
Sure, if you have like an online thing on your phone or on your camera.
Yeah.
I want to live stream from a camera.
The Rosefire game. It was a.
Oh, Rosefire.
Forfeit. It was a forfeit.
Yeah, they were a guy short, and they didn't have a sub on to be able to do it. So Rosefire wanted to play, but they had something that kept them from doing that, unfortunately. Still, thank you to them for coming out, though. I like seeing them play. They're a pretty good team, and they're relatively new, which is really awesome. I'm going to talk about the champion picks here real quick. Talon, I have a minute. I can't go over all that.
I already talked about the blue team. We can talk about pretty much a big deal.
Woo! Rheingold, super awesome covering for me. So happy.
Well, see, when I paused before to give you the opportunity to talk, I intended for you to talk about the champion picks of pretty much a big deal. And instead you started talking about quarters and shit. So I don't...
Oh, man. Sorry. I wanted to...
I don't know.
I got distracted. Well, normally we do the plugs and things during the chat band screen, but I didn't have the recording going then. So I had to, like, scoot everything over. It worked out in my head, but you need map and compass to figure out what's going on in there. Fizz, a lot of abilities, power damage, great assassin. The airborne is nice. The fact that he can just kind of come out of anywhere, dash in, and just do his damage is pretty scary. Dynov on Garen. Garen is a fast character. He's very harassy. He's great at finishing people off. Makes for a good dive, soak. He's just durable and delayable. And that's sort of the way Dominion is. Durable, delay, and vision. Those are the three things that you want to have. You want to have durable characters you want to be able to delay on points, and you want to be able to get vision from some source or another. And then we also have Onyx Flame watch the VOD, because the PSA has ended. Come on, screen. Do it. You can do it, little computer screen. Come on.
So they have a Lulu. They have a Lulu. And Mad Supportal pretty good at Lulu. So...
yeah, Lulu has a speed increase, a health increase, a damage shield, she can crowd control someone, turn them into a small fluffy animal. I want to say she has a polymorph, but a lot of people actually don't know that term. At least that's a term from other games, but it's the most appropriate one. She has a polymorph shape change effect that she can put on someone. And
it's literally a polymorph.
Yeah. And she has a airborne as well. So Lulu brings a lot to the table. And that's 6 awesome abilities in her kit. Wouldn't you think about that math for a second? You have 5 abilities. She can do 6 things. What? She's super saturated with good things that she can do.
7 things.
What's the 7th one?
Well, I mean, I guess, or if you count her passive. But, okay. I usually think of passives as being abilities.
I did. I said 5 abilities. You have passive, and then you have your 3, and then you have your R.
And then her W and her E can both do 2 things.
Yeah. Oh, no, I meant, like for serious game effect. Like, things that pop up on the screen. Status changes. That's what I was, looking to say.
Oh, okay, okay.
She has 6 things that change the status of a character. From normal to slowed, polymorphed, airborne, shielded, speed increased.
And slower.
Yeah.
Like slower around you.
There you go. Whereas,
anyway, Lulu's pretty good.
Lulu's a great character on this map. If you want to be unfair, learn how to play Lulu and be a support, because supports run the show. And if you want to be like, oh, I want to actually be involved in fights, and I have complete misconceptions of the way supports really work. Supports are really scrappy in Dominion and in general. You learn how to use that poke on them. Janet with the tornado, Lulu with the glitter lance, someone with the power cord. I mean, you're in there and fighting. You're not just hanging around buffing people. It's not that kind of game. We're seeing Blitzcrank. He brings a lot of crowd control to the table. He's also a very fast character. You're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 really fast characters. We're going to see Armor down the bottom lane, I suspect. No, it looks like we're going to see Garen in the bottom against Gragas. I would expect to see Armor's Urgot down there, but I guess it's not to be.
So, teams are running up the map. Lulu did use a Whimsy to get someone a little bit faster. It's probably Fizz. Will the grab land? The grab will not land, so Blitzcrank not with the grab for a little bit. That's going to put about a 15-second window on when they want to re-engage. They really want to be grabbing someone. Ideally, Annie with the rocket grab, but there's Jarvan jumping with the EQ. He's going to get polymorphed almost immediately. Fizz goes in, jumps onto Annie, gets silenced almost immediately by Talon. There's a playful trickster. He's going to get exhausted afterwards. Can he get the kill onto Annie? No, he's going to fall first. Molten Shield was just too strong. But Lulu with 1 kill, Blitzcrank with another one. They put so much focus on the Fizz that they are now all dropping like... I didn't want to say flies, but I am going to say flies. And Urgot very low, double kill. Or Urgot gets the double kill onto Rumble. Rumble is on who's very low, of course. Hefty Half-Inch coming back up. Did pop his revive. Revives were used all across the board, and it looks like they are going to gank bot. Not able to contest Windmill anymore.
Bottom part of the map. Jarvan through the wall. Wants some of Garen. Is going to start that fight. Unicorn's coming around with the silence. But Blitzcrank's presence, ooh, nope, not going to land that, which is very good, because that would have been an absolute disaster had he been able to pick up Talon or Jarvan. Earlier on, Jarvan tends to be a little bit more fragile in the early game than he is later on. This usually does build a couple of durability items. Fizz up here at the top of the map. Looks like they're moving up in that direction. They do want to take him out. Rumble in the center, waiting, knows the exact time those spawn. They spawn at the 3-minute mark, and he was waiting that out. Spawn camping the relic.
Urgot tried to interrupt the channel, but could not quite. And Seriously taken pretty low, but in the bot lane, Gragas does fall to a gank from Commander Peoples and Mad Supportal. Blitzcrank coming up top lane though. Fizz gets a kill onto Jarvan. He still has Turn the Waters, gets a knock up onto Talon. Talon now slowed, gets the exhaust down, gonna jump forward with his Urchin Strike. Can he get the kill? Yes, he picks that one up, and it looks like Annie probably gonna fall to Urgot. Lulu was there to just sort of secure it for her team.
Safety Lulu looks out for her allies. Wants to make sure that everything is okay. At the beginning of that fight, though, Annie did expend her stun with the AoE, and did not have that to use on Fizz, as Fizz charged out from the point to engage. So, I'm not sure whether that was intentional, or that was just bad timing, but Annie did waste that on nothing at the start of that fight. Down on the bottom, Gragas, see people's going in. Once, with Blitzcrank, you'll see a lot of people, they want to run in, surprise, get the airborne off, and then use the rocket grab to bring them back after they use their escape mechanic.
That is indeed what you want to do on Blitzcrank on both Summoner's Rift and Dominion. Jarvan jumps in, gets the Cataclysm onto Urgot, Equalizer comes across, summon Tibbers down, there's the grab onto Jarvan, he'll fall almost immediately. Fizz pretty low, got Wild Growth by Lulu. Lulu doing a great job of baiting Talon there to not chase any further. Gonna put herself right in the middle of everything, gets like a polymorph down onto Rumble, trying to run away now. She should be just fine. Disintegrate from Annie, not doing too much damage either. Blitzcrank gets a kill onto Rumble, using that static field. Tibbers is still here, but not for very much longer, and it is going to be a 2 for 0 for pretty much a big deal.
Which works out in pretty much Big Deal's favor because they are still in control of the tower. The enemy team did not have any opportunity to make a push out of that.
So Hefty Halfinch, and I'm not even going to try to say that name, are pretty low in the top lane. So they don't want to have to defend against a major push, which looks like it is on the way. Sergio and Ipu Unicorns here. Turn the Waters actually misses there. That's pretty huge for Fizz, but he does. Urgot actually gets the kill there, and there's a Hyperkinetic Position Reverser. Kill onto Talon. Annie is here too. Gets the stun onto Urgot, and Fizz not going to get out. Has a little bit of mana. There's a Playful Trickster. Polymorph onto Rumble. Electro Harpoon hits Playful Trickster away, but it is not quite enough. And that is going to be the capture point and the quest going over to Sofa and DA Cox.
Gragas in the bottom has sort of defeated a little bit of a push gank that Garen was going for, but he circles around with that speed relic buff. Tries to connect, but unfortunately not able to do so. Top end of the map, Blitzcrank going for the capture, interrupted by Sergio Jarvan with the Garrison. Talon jumps in though.
There is the Wild Growth 2 from Morrissey to see Lulu actually gets the kill on Talon before the rocket grab can hit. Mana Barrier is popped, and Tibbers doing quite a bit of damage. She's probably going to fall, and he does pick that out. I think it was Tibbers actually. Lulu trying to speed herself away. Can she get away? Looks like she can. Gets a Glitter Lance down to Equalizer onto Fizz, but they're going to avoid it completely, and the Dragon Ult comes down. Fizz very, very low. Disintegrate from Annie will be enough. Urgot trying to live, cannot live.
Fizz, Fizz dashing into that fight, chose Annie as his target while Annie had Molten Shield up, so every single hit that collided from his ability had that reduced damage because of Annie's increased armor and MR from having Molten Shield up, and Fizz went through every single one of his abilities before the shield went down, which put all of his things on cooldown, and Annie, conveniently for Annie, not dead. And it was very good, a very not so great choice on that. I would have gone for a different character. She was able to soak that up and stay alive to help contribute there at the end of that fight. Middle of the map, however, Mad Sapporo taking a lot of damage.
Lulu, and he was revealed by the picks. Great E from Mad Sapporo there, and they get the kill onto Talon. He wanted to run away with his Onslaught of Shadows, but Lulu's E, if she casts it on an enemy, will reveal them even if they stealth. So you can use that on Vayne, on Shaco, on Talon, and it's just such a strong ability from her. Commander People's trying to chase Jarvan here in the top lane. Annie is somewhat near, does not have Tibbers though, and Annie without Tibbers is sad. And it looks like Jarvan will fall, and they should get the tower too.
The problem with Jarvan against Blitzcrank is Jarvan has to telegraph where he's going, so Blitzcrank always knows where to fire the rocket grab, which is why I've seen a couple of times, and I'm a big fan of the play where you drop the standard, then immediately move to the left side of Blitzcrank so he fires away from you, and then you pop the dash.
So, Twitch chat asking about the way that I pronounce Sofa NDA's name. I was, in fact, asked to pronounce it that way. That's what I'm doing, but meanwhile, Gragas gonna get the kill onto Garen and Balin. And they're gonna go for the capture, Polymorph onto Rumble. Equalizer comes across, pretty good equalizer there. Portal ulting herself, Lulu ulting herself.
Unicorns run down by Garen in the south, more southern part. Michael Bay has to retreat from that. Blitzcrank pursuing Rumble, showing that he is the better machine. No substitute for the original. Three robots in this game on the opposite side of the map. Fizz and Jarvan having a little bit of a disagreement of sorts. Cataclysm thrown down. Jarvan came to play, but is able to dodge from the ultimate from Fizz. Fizz did not connect with it, unfortunately, and there was just a sliver of space for J4 to be able to escape. However, the position reverser draws him right into line of the enemy team, and he is picked up. Annie and Rumble are having to retreat. They really don't have a lot they can do against that. Tibbers spotting in the bushes there for a moment, which was good for them.
And Blitzcrank get the grab. There's the static kill and the grab also onto Annie. Ignite down. She is Molten Shielded. Gets a stun. Mana Barrier is popped. Ignite. Actually, oh, Tibbers coming back to her.
Tibbers, great interference, because the way Tibbers appeared right there was directly in between, so Blitzcrank would not have been able to land a grab. And he is going to go for the recall. All throughout that, pretty much a big deal, has held control of the windmill, so they're still up in this game for the moment.
A duel in balling between Gragas and Garen. Looks like Gragas did go for the Blackfire Torch, and Garen going for a little bit, also actually very damaging.
Ooh, good response. Good explosive cast, however, he was in enough range for Garen to be able to pick up the KB with the ultimate. However, the members of the enemy team are on their way down. Sofanda is going to pick the kill up on Fizz. He playful tricksters directly into the enemy line of fire, and now they are pursuing Garen. They don't have anything to pop on him to slow him yet. Looks like Rumble just got his harpoons back. Stun from Annie is going to lock him down for a moment. Lulu, with the garrison, is going to defend that tower and zone Talon back away from it.
That ultimate from Lulu. Great ult, keeping Garen alive, providing the CC necessary, and instead of Garen dying, it was 2 kills in favor of pretty much a big deal. With Churn the Waters, I'm not sure if Churn the Waters is actually necessary from Fizz, but if you're not sure, go ahead, use the cooldown, and they do pick up 2 kills.
Garen can be a very durable character, and if he has courage up, which means sometimes in the middle of a team fight, you're not looking for that, if that buff is up or not, you just know that they have it, and you want to pop that little extra damage on them just in case you're going to need it. Blitzcrank diving to zone Gragas away from Fizz, but defensive garrison is going to interrupt the capture. Looks like they're going to go for the fight on the tower anyway. Fizz, a lot of damage there. Gragas dies to the Seastone Triton debuff. Garen comes down now to deal with Annie and force her away, but she turns around. Looks like Generic is just going for the delay, waiting for Gragas to get back with the revive. There's a lot of minions creeping up to the tower now. Is he going to be able to clear those, or are they going to get the neutral from it still?
I think they should be able to get the neutral from the creeps, and there it is. Garen still fighting Gragas. A lot of damage from that decisive strike. I think it's decisive strike from his Q. But the fact
that play from Gragas, keeping him alive with that dash there. Fizz was going to land on Gragas, kill him with the playful trickster. Gragas dashed to the other side, threw down the barrel, and took him down. He did die to the Seastone Triton debuff, however, but that was very pretty.
Top lane, 2 kills going down. A lot of ults have been used already. Jarvan is now still alive, trying to save the point. Polymorph from Lulu. Blitzcrank with the Power Fist and the Rocket Grab. And they're just trying to micro around. But Equalizer is here, and Urgot is probably going to fall. Gets his shield up at just the last second, but he will fall. So will Blitzcrank ultimately.
And Lulu is going to retreat from that point. Supportal retreating to the tower. Fizz breaking away from the team and from everything else, running away to the opposite side of the map. Looks like he's going to go for a back cap, which is going to force someone to come back from this push. We'll see how that plays out. Annie able to catch Lulu with a stun, but I have faith that Lulu can survive. And Fizz with the back cap is going to stop that gank bottom. It's going to bring Talon back up to the top to deal with him instead of Talon originally wanting to go down for Garen like he did. And they're able to get the full cap on the drill just by a second.
So Fizz unfortunately was exhausted for the duration, or when he cast his Churn the Waters, he was exhausted. Jarvan coming in, Cataclysm, Playful Tricksters out. Should have expected that one to come. Fizz trying to get out. No, Dragon Strike just in time, gonna Playful Trickster away again. And actually, on the other side of the map, someone from Sofanda actually recalled. I think it was Rumble actually recalled instead of coming over for the reach round.
Generic doing a hero job of delaying on that tower. Very, very long time he was alive over on that end of the map. And whoa, ultra position reverser there. Armor and Cercio pulling him all the way back, even from the destination of his Demacian standard.
And that is going to be the kill onto Jarvan. He did pop his revive, so we'll return almost immediately. Balin actually shut down onto Garen, and looks like Michael Bay will be able to recap this. But the windmill is going to go back to pretty much a big deal, so they will retain their 3-cap. Talon, meanwhile, backdooring at the Boneyard. Blitzcrank falls, does not have revive quite yet. Lulu on her way to stop Talon. I don't actually know if she can 1v1 him, though.
No, she can't. She won't win in a straight-up fight with him, but she can poke long enough to keep him from being able to capture the tower, and more importantly, delay until her ally's alive. With Fizz there now, Fizz taking a lot of damage, throws the ultimate on him to increase his health. He is retreating, he's waiting for those cooldowns, has to Playful Trickster out again, and he needs that in fights, so forcing him to burn it is going to get him killed, unfortunately. And Generic now low on health as well. Dynov Garen picks up the kill, and now Cercio falling back. However, while this is all going on, Rumble has broken away from everyone else to the top end of the map to capture the windmill. They have 2 people here. They could go. They have 3. They could go for the gank on Gragas. It looks like exactly what they're doing. It would waste too much time for them to go to the windmill, so staying down in this area of the map. Defensive garrison by Gragas is going to do a little bit, and he does a little bit of damage, throws the cask at the last moment, body slams over to Dynov. He gets boxed in by the Cataclysm and taken out. So Gragas is able to delay long enough for his team to arrive and save the tower.
That was a great job by Gragas surviving for that long. I was really surprised that he was able to live for quite that long. So Portal taking the Storm Shield in the middle of the map and moving up. But yeah, so Fizz had to use his Eternal Waters early, which meant that the CC only went on one person, the slow only went on one person, but he really did need to use it at that time. Glitterland's coming down, and Talon is revealed. Turn the Waters, again not landing. Great Equalizer coming across. Annie coming in with Tibbers. Fantastic Lulu. I think Fizz will be able to live. Annie was pulled towards him, and he's like, what are you doing, guys? What are you doing? But they did get the kill on Annie, so it was worth. Lulu very, very low, shields herself, but will get shut down by Rumble at the last second. Jarvan splitting away from Rumble. They're sacrificing himself. I don't know if Rumble can live. There's a knockup and rocket grab, and he will go down to Blitzcrank. Channeling Windmill not in. Balling. Urgot fighting Gragas. It looks like they have pretty much rotated Urgot to the Balling at this point.
Yeah, once in a while you will see a switch. In the bottom you can actually get some minion farm going on and get a little bit of an advantage going. If you can bottom lane pretty hard and get an economic advantage on the enemy team, you can take that up top later on. Talon comes down for Urgot, is able to connect, tries to position reverse out. Is he going to make it? Nope. Gragas, it's drink time, and Urgot just can't handle it.
Explosive cast not ready for a while, but there's the rocket grab onto Annie, and she is also silenced. Can they get the kill? There's Garen picking up that with a decisive strike. Polymorph onto Urgot, or onto Gragas, excuse me. Just gonna body slam away. Barrel comes down, and rocket grab is enough to pick that up. Fizz meanwhile backcapping at the refinery. Rumble on his way down. Garen did just get ulted by Lulu, and they will be able to get the kill onto Blitzcrank.
Rumble and Fizz having a little bit of a disagreement on that side of the map, but Fizz unfortunately ending up in tower range and taking an extra shot.
In the falling, Polymorph was onto Annie, and she did die with her Tibbers. So Fizz says all plan in all chat, so that was what they were going for. But it is a 3-cap right now for pretty much a big deal. Jarvan defending the windmill on the other side. He'll be able to EQ over at a moment's notice, wins the portal, and a 12 Mode 12 show here, which he of course does.
And Cash now and Dynov having a little bit of a disagreement. Looks like Dynov was getting better in this exchange, but that exhaust might have just saved his life. No, not quite. The exhaust did help him survive from Garen's ultimate, but he was able to cut him down instead right before he was able to escape. Top end of the map, though, there's no one even remotely close to being able to contest that. So that is going to go to Big Deal's team. They are going to try and make a play for the bottom, but if they see how many people have recalled, because it highlights on a map while you're recalling now, for anyone that wasn't aware of that change, they know that they've recalled. They can't make that play for the bottom because they know the entire enemy team is right there.
And in top lane, there was just an absolute explosion of damage onto Circio. I was honestly surprised to see that much damage coming down from everyone. And they managed to explode him. Great knockup from Blitzcrank interrupts that body slam in the bot half of the map. Commander Peoples is kind of low right now. Needs to be a bit careful for like if something like that happened. But he is going to get wild goose by Supportal. How could I doubt in his Lulu play? He of course saves his team there. Dragon's going to pick up the health. EQ comes down, does not get the knockup onto Garen. And there's the pull onto Rumble, not quite under tower, but he's going to be polymorph. Oh no, Garen barely doesn't get the kill onto Draven, but we'll get it a little bit later. And Rumble also falls. Meanwhile, on the other half of the map, mid is going to be captured by pretty much a big deal. And it looks like they're going to get at least a 4-cap here.
Yes, it may be only temporary, but that's just going to put them further ahead. And Bay getting captured by Blitzcrank, unfortunately for him. And it looks like this might go temporary 5. If you're playing a game of Dominion and you pick up a 4th and or 5th tower, do not feel compelled to defend those. You can just fall back to towers you already own and use that to buy more time. Armor, though, bad things for him, boxed in by the Cataclysm. No way to get out. This point, barely alive there. Generic has to get the neutral on it, but it is not going to be enough to stop the clock anytime soon. Cash now and Supportal fighting over who gets to be in the endgame screen, and it looks like they both get to. We're pretty much a big deal is going to win this game, and they are going to advance on to the round of 4.
Lulu and Rumble friends at last there on the victory screen. So it is going to be pretty much a big deal. Moving on to fight the winners of Pays Evelyn Child Support and Domination, which is going to be Pays Evelyn Child Support. My guess is that the Clueless versus Cheese Enema game already started, so we're probably going to be watching pretty much a big deal versus Pays Evelyn Child Support, but I will let you figure that out exactly.
Take a look at the, I'll get the game, I'll figure out what the heck's going on. We're probably just going to follow the backed up end of the bracket all the way. Take a look at damage dealt to champions. Garen, and people said Garen was bad, man. Like, Annie and Garen are two of the characters that everyone used to be like, oh my gosh, they're so bad. Now people actually play them in competition. The Dominion is still not all figured out.
To be fair, Annie was just massively buffed in 3.8.
Oh, way before then she was getting played in competition, too. People realized, hey, wait a minute, Molten Shield is sickeningly overpowered. And once they realized that, because, you know, that durable delay thing that I keep talking about, it all became, well, Annie's a really, really safe AP who has sickeningly strong AoE. And they're like, okay, I guess we can actually use that. And let's take a look at who the graveyard hero for this game is. It is going to be Talon. And Fizz on the other team. Because Mike doesn't believe in dying. Mad Supportal, once upon a time, used to not run Revive because he didn't die in games. And then one day he decided that he was actually going to start fighting more with his support. And not building as pure support like he used to. And now he dies occasionally. There you go. We'll get this next game set up. And I'm going to cut to a commercial real quick while we do that. Take a look at the bracket here. And we will see you in just a moment.